Well, while I'm still here, I might as well record another video. Hey, greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Back here in my workshop, I got an interesting topic for you today. It's about this Instagram reel by the writer of The 48 Laws of Power and those other books. Robert Greene, yeah, good old Bobby Greene from Ryan Holiday's Instagram page.
Not an AI fan.
No, we're talking about that earlier.
Why not?
I studied a lot of languages. That was sort of my major in college. And I'm thinking back to the moment when I was 19 years old and I was at Berkeley. And I remember they gave us a passage of Thucydides, the hardest writer of all to read in ancient Greek. So I had this one paragraph and I must have spent like 10 hours trying to translate one paragraph. Finally, I go, I think this is the answer. And I turned it into my professor. And he goes, Robert, you were almost there, but you missed it. You completely mistranslated this beautiful paragraph, but you were getting at something. And that had an incredible impact on me even to this day. It developed character. It developed patience. It developed discipline. You've got kids nowadays who are never going to have that experience. These incredible skills that the brain has are going to be atrophying, I fear. The brain is so much more interesting to me than any piece of technology. That's what we should be worshiping, not these little toys that we create.
Oh boy, okay, so he is concerned about the rise of AI, artificial intelligence, and ChatGPT being used to write essays for school. Yeah, like I get it, and there was a lot of debate when ChatGPT came out, and at that point I had already stopped writing for cash. I had been an online content writer for 15 years, on and off, like on the side or full time. I was always writing. And the good thing about the online content writing for content mills, writing like 3,000 word articles for peanuts, it's good practice. Yeah, after 15 years of doing that, never get writer's block. Yeah, sure, you still have problems with finishing, but you have no problems with starting. You can fill up a page with notes and drafts easily. Like you can write, especially if you write longhand, like you just type up like a gajillion words very easily. But now with the presence of ChatGPT, things have become even more fraught. The online content writing profession, if you can call it a profession, SEO writing and whatnot, it's being threatened because if ChatGPT can pull up a 2,000 word article about a certain topic, like I don't know, technology or like social media marketing, stuff like that. Create an article out of nowhere about those subjects easily enough as long as you have the right prompt. Why would you even pay 1 cent a word for an article written by a human being that has to take like hours to complete? But then it got me thinking about how there's always pushback whenever there's a new technology that comes out. It's a particular sort of pushback where it supposedly dulls the human intellect, that it dulls human ability. And it reminds me of a few things. Like, for instance, whenever new technology comes out, people are very weird about it. I remember when the iPad came out, when Apple announced the iPad. And people were going like, it's just a big iPhone without calls or texting. Like, who would use that? And before you know it, tablets took over the world in the 2010s. Everyone had to have an iPad. We can go even further back, like thousands of years to, I wouldn't say invention, but the proliferation of writing. There was this opinion that writing would dull the human memory. If you write things down, you don't rely on oral tradition, people are going to stop being able to remember vast amounts of information in their heads. That is what Socrates said. Writing is not an effective means of communicating knowledge. Only face-to-face communication is. That was his opinion about it. And funny enough, the irony that we know about this because that was written down. And also, they did not account for collective memory. They also did not account for whether their civilization will continue to exist. The fact that we know about the works of Socrates and Plato because of archaeological finds, because their works were later written down. It's also the reason why the Greek language still exists and is still being used to this day. But AI is something entirely different. Now, tech bros would scoff at the Robert Greene's sentiments here that AI would be a negative, that it would discourage young people from thinking about what they're writing, ruminating on a particular topic, and working their brains on it. That's what essay writing is supposed to train in people, right? Now, I understand this. Like I myself benefited greatly from essay writing in school. Like it's the reason why I became a writer in the first place. It made me realize that since I cannot express my feelings to my family or to friends, even I could at least write things down, still express myself that way. That's how I became a writer. But we have to be careful about this stuff. Are we thinking about it the right way? Is AI really a threat to the human intellect, or is it like how calculator is for math? Calculators didn't make us stop doing math. It helped us. Like nowadays, there's a calculator in everyone's pocket. Math is still pretty damn important, and it's still very important to study math and be good at it. When you really think about it, those new technologies. Like yesterday, I watched this Veritasium video on the development of the blue LED. That technology paved the way for a lot of the lighting and the monitors, OLEDs, all the RGB we like to throw our money at these days, and so on, and like just efficient lighting altogether. Thanks to the stubbornness of one Japanese engineer. It's pretty cool, and he wasn't compensated very well for that innovation, which is kind of sad. But dude's now in America. He's doing pretty important work, so it still worked out for him somehow. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is a lot of the new technologies are meant to enhance the human ability, right? But AI, there's this foreboding when it comes to AI that it's not just meant to enhance human ability, it's meant to replace it. And I totally understand why people are pretty scared about it. Like science fiction had speculated about the effects of artificial intelligence for decades now. And yeah, there's the whole thing about Skynet and the AI takeover, and the machines will take over us, and it already has to an extent. Like there's an epidemic of students using ChatGPT to write essays, for instance. And also AI detectors that are supposed to detect the use of AI in those essays, framing innocent students who actually did the hard work and wrote their essays by themselves. There's that too. And it's becoming this nightmare scenario in the making. Like, what are we supposed to do about this? And somehow this technology is going to continue to be developed. So there's no stopping it. We just have to hang on and watch out. Like, oh shit, oh shit, is this the singularity? Are we about to be fucked? And there's all the other stuff like self-driving cars and androids maybe. It's going to be interesting the next 10, 15 years at least. Especially now, AI is the buzzword in the stock market. So with ChatGPT in particular, it's most of it is on artificial general intelligence (AGI), as well as NLP, natural language processing. In the simplest terms, ChatGPT is basically it's a very fancy search aggregator. That's how I see it. Like it takes search results and then it compiles them, scrambles them, organizes them, and then it spews out answers to your questions. It's what Ask Jeeves wished it was when it was first created back in the days of yore. The symptoms of this pretty mundane AI takeover is, for instance, you go on Twitter and you see the replies to a lot of the Twitter threads, well, X threads now. They're botted responses, as well as the comments on YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels. Like a lot of them are also botted responses. That's the AI that we know of, but the AI that most people don't know of is algorithms. For instance, on YouTube, Facebook, search engines. That's also AI. That's counted as AI. Anything that technologically automates most human tasks, stuff that used to be very manual. Yeah, that's a lot of it is being powered by AI development, and nowadays, AI right now is the buzzword in the stock market. It hit the $3 trillion mark, I think. It hit well over $700 per share. It was already quite amazing when Nvidia The battery ran out on that camera. I have to use this one. I should have used this one to begin with. Anyway, yeah, when Nvidia hit $400 per share, it was already quite amazing. Like, whoa, dude, they hit the $1 trillion mark because Nvidia is basically selling the shovels in this AI gold rush. A lot of the hardware being used for AI development is being sold by Nvidia. I myself, well, I'm not a fanboy, but I do use Nvidia video cards. I'm actually thinking of buying a new one. Although I'm gonna have to wait until the 5000 series comes out. Yeah, and now Nvidia's top three most valuable company in the world, alongside Apple and Microsoft, a part of the Magnificent Seven. I know quite a bit about this. I do play in the stock market. So there's so much hype with AI, and it remains to be seen how AI will really run our lives. But right now, it's already doing stuff. And do I share Robert Greene's fear of what AI could do to human intellect and creativity? Not really. Like, I'm not as scared. I'm not as concerned about it personally. Like, there's a lot of potential with AI automating a lot of tasks. And I also wrote a blog post about AI takeover and how it can actually help us become more efficient and effective with governance. Although I could be wrong with that assumption, just saying, it's a very immature concept right now in my head. The idea that AI can help governments do better, and maybe even eliminate corruption. I don't know. That's a very utopian idea. Also, I wrote here in my notes, when our civilization finally dies, everything ends. Like how the ancient Greek civilization kind of died. Our civilization, what we know right now is our civilization, may also die in the future from, I don't know, nuclear holocaust or climate change or a meteor hitting us. Who knows? When our civilization finally meets its end, will AI help preserve the remnants of our culture, of our history, of our existence? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know the answers to that. It does make me pause for thought. I don't know about you. Maybe it makes you pause for thought as well. If you do have opinions about it, please tell me about it in the comments below. Anyway, that's all for now. Like and subscribe. Also, check out avoider.net. Pester me to write more blog posts. And that is all for now. Till next time, stay Tor.